go to our winners and losers for this week. First, Mary, let me turn to you. Who's your winner?
I would say Reince Priebus, although it might be an asterisk depending on how the Trump administration goes. But
depending on the day, I think, the Trump Tower, right?
Depending, on who the
so why is he a winner?
Who the cabinet is. I think that he jumped out to me as a winner this week because while they were at the thank you tour, aka Victory Lap, in West Dallas this week, Reince got to come home to Wisconsin, where he grew up in Kenosha, as a reigning hero, talking about how all Wisconsin Republicans do is win. It talked about Governor Walker, talked about Paul Ryan. They were kind of, brought up the Cheesehead Revolution, which was the three of them really kind of the reigning heroes of the Republican Party. So, it's been a while since Democrats have been defeated so soundly, not just in our state races, but obviously the last time Wisconsin went Republican before this was 1984, and Reagan and Reince got to be the one changing that. So,
in addition to that, we were talking several weeks ago about which person, Steve Bannon or Reince Priebus, would have the most influence over the cabinet selections. I think clearly so far Reince has been winning. You don't see very much of the Bannon-esque sort of alt-right people being selected for the cabinet at all.
And apparently there's, I read a piece this week in one of the national publications that there is in Trump Tower right now a real back and forth between the previous sort of traditional conservatives and the Trump conservatives. Let's move on, Dan, to your winner.
It has to be Donald Trump. I look at September 28th and when he held a rally in Waukesha, and the only people he could get out were former politicians and minor people in the assembly. Most of the prominent players in Wisconsin politics ignored him, wouldn't show up for the rally. This time, they're all there. They're all singing his praises, even though I don't think Scott Walker mentioned him by name, and giving him Packers jerseys and all of that. Though he took several victory laps at the event the other day, I think you have to say, from September 28th to now, he clearly is declared the winner.
All right, and who's your loser?
It's Milo Yiannopoulos, the alt-right Breitbart writer, coming to Milwaukee. First of all, he had 350 people show up, and he attacks a transgendered student in his speech. I think, there's some discussion about whether these individuals should be allowed to speak or not speak on college campuses, but I think it actually helps to hear what they have to say and undercut the message that they're trying to promote.
And to clarify. And Mary, your loser.
I would say Paul Ryan, also with an asterisk, because I think he will have a lot of power under the Trump administration. But
he's a genius.
Yes, Trump called him a genius, and he also kind of delivered a veiled threat in the form of a joke. But Ryan had gotten some boos at this event. Not that that's totally surprising given that his kind of tense relationship with Trump throughout the campaign, but he's remained quite popular in Wisconsin. So to hear him booed in West Dallas at State Fair is unusual. Trump said that he's come to appreciate him and described him like a fine wine where day after day he comes to appreciate his genius more. But then he quickly added, with a joking tone, but I don't think he was truly joking, was, well, I won't praise him anymore if he goes against me. I kind of thought he was going to say again, because it's not, it's basically like you cross me again, you're out.
Right.
So I don't think that he probably had as good of a night as Donald Trump did. And I think it was probably pretty awkward standing there in the crowd, hearing some people booing your name, hearing like if you go against him again, you're out.
And then handing him a jersey at the very end.
Right, and then handing him a jersey. To be fair, the Packers also got booed, which I think was the first time I've heard people booing the Packers at a Wisconsin political rally. I'm guessing, I don't want to use an inappropriate term, I'm guessing there were some Illinois folks present who were Bears fans, is probably the Packers booing. It wasn't everybody, but just,
That explains everything.